The whole way my mind wanders, back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I'd really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make sure I just need to make it the most of my circumstances. Sure, good fortune will find me. I guess this starts with writing a poem tonight. Actually, let's use. Okay. Together. What? Hold on. Music. Music. Why for taking a special better. What? What? Oh, reading. Yes, what? Can we make a poem? Extreme. Aura. Embrace. Training. Plus. Wonderful. Music. Whistle. Meditation. Joy. Childhood. Sunset. Focus. Focus. Vibrant. Amazing. Judgment.
Justice. We're breaking the law, breaking the world together, throwing out all tenderness.
Oh, extraordinary, intellectual, passion. I just wrote some BS poem. That poem actually made literally 0 sense. Hi again, Deadly Rose. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Away on us, huh? Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is just hanging out already. Thanks for keeping your props, Deadly Rose. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Like, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take this seriously, then I won't see the end of it. I hope you die, Natsuki. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saving Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Deadly Rose always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Deadly Rose can become good friends too. Sayuri. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayuri. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? And I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. That means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I'm not reading this book, because I hate reading. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect the Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. It doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Natsuki is rummaging around in her closet. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. I was just to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this. As I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling like a little too tired to read. I'll probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and listened in on Sayuri's conversation with Monica. Probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about, and show that it's not just a boring club compared to the anime club. The problem is that the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. It doesn't solve the problem though. And what do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after that, you can do that thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Suri is taking this really serious. It's rare to see her deliberating like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Oh, what kind? Well, I guess we could... Cupcakes? Haha, good thinking. Not the other kind though, not the EP kind. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why I suggested it. Please speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. The end, Sayuri is still her usual self, but therein lies the unexpected reason I admire. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all. Sayuri can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I open my eyes to find Sayuri's face filling my vision. Nearly fall out my chair. Sorry. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? It's probably more interesting than this club. You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You need to get used to it. Say that so loud? That's over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayuri. That's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up in time? That's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayuri, it's written all over you. Sayuri glances around at herself. How was it written all over? You're clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayuri's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't even straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about it. Hey, you meanie. And I don't care. I don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sayuri. Why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. Started buttoning her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does this kind of things. Huh? Don't say that. You make me feel weird and stupid. It's okay though. You're happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near your chest. It didn't even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you gotta notice sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs have gotten bigger again. Don't say that out loud! Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayuri's blazer buttoned up like this? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayuri hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. So you just undid my hard work, okay. Oh, that's much better. Sayuri puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like that's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. Huh. So, maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayuri. But I was joking that time. Maybe it's possible. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay. The Rose, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I feel to sound enthusiastic, but Sayuri still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I can't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is in a wrinkled sheet of a loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. So to Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Sayuri stares at the poem. When it passes, more than enough time for her to finish her reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put some thought into my words. Hold on, okay? This is your first time reading a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No, did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. You know, but notice there's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. The most noticeable thing that I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style more deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that they both style the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Stammering is completely gone. It sounds like she's an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different scales and techniques into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'll just share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself seemed kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the lights. The tendrils of my hand illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one. I last remaining street light of to have withstood the test of time, the last to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing air of the present, but living in the past. Light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. It was pretty terrible. I could barely read it. It was illegible. I wasn't thinking at all. But it took a long time to read it. Well, I don't just read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write long poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Ever since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Daily Rose. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her past, remaining a place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't really even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on those things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. Counting on you. Show it to Sayuri. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Daily Rose. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayuri, you must seriously be overreacting. I'm not a good writer after all. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez, Sayuri's opinion is way more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. But I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Daily Rose poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. So your shit against your chest. You're so weird, Sayuri. I don't know why you're doing that. You're kind of weird. I was really happy that you wrote one. It kind of reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? Like I said before, Daily Rose, deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayuri. Not sure if Sayuri sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason why I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed and making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out to play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That's how you end the poem. I want breakfast. Is your sunshine, the breakfast? Sayuri. This is just a guess, but did you wait until morning? This morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, yeah. Next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write down the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to that. So to Monica. Hi, Daily Rose. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow and telling we're settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Daily Rose. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past too. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayuri would like. Is that so? You and Sayuri are really good friends, right? I'm surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well. We may be good friends, but Sayuri and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. Sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So, I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. In any case, Sayuri's writing has a kind of a general feeling to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew someone that happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each your own. You shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd see you try new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very free roam. If that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting an emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When thrown out loud, it can really be powerful. That was an inspiration behind this one. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I used to say that I had kind of an epiphany recently. It's been very influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you're in a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make it any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way of thinking about it is this. keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. If you move your hand and go with the flow, that's my advice today. Thanks for listening. I guess I'll talk to Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. Not like I said it was bad. I didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? Do you want to die? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you a mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. But that's about it. This is the worst poem I've ever read in my life, and you think that mine was worse? Are you kidding me? This is so dog water. You're just listing what people can do, what things can do. Eagles can fly, yeah, no duh. Monkeys can climb, no duh. Crickets can leap, no duh. Horses can race, no duh. Owls can seek, no duh. Cheetahs can run, no duh. Eagles can fly, no duh. People can try. You're just listing things that can happen. This is the worst poem I've ever read in my life. There's no meaning behind it. There's no double entendres. It's terrible. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I hate it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be so all sophisticated and stuff, so we don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? French style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, but the other thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, and then made it fall flat on purpose. Helped bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. I should write something. Didn't expect that to come from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone will pause, but Natsuki is really proud. Then, if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Whew, just as everyone, I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even though I'm just barely joined yesterday. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their... I don't even know what they said. As they read and intend them, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively turns the poem to the desk with one hand. Guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Huh? You may have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it. And Daily Rose did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. Don't expect to change it anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Daily Rose liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested on trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Daily Rose appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? How do you think that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. if I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way and make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose booze magically grew a size bigger as soon as Daily Rose started storing up.
Natsuki,
Natsuki, that's a little...
this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there.
Daily Rose, she's just trying to make me out to look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate simple writing more, it's more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force me to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Daily Rose.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deeply expressive words in our language. The only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most efficiently, avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Daily Rose?
Well, how'd I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. I barely read. The only time I read is when I'm playing this game. But whomever I create with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gotta be, Yuri. Natsuki, you're right. I liked your poem. See? Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone else's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand that, Yuri. You're seriously a talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feeling to it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well if she just told you how you felt. And this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? Exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? In the end, nobody has taken her side. Exactly. Yes sir. We all hate
Natsuki up in here.
I ended up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sir, you just need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Not worrying, Natsuki snatches her poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hand and throws it in the trash. Natsuki? She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. Could anyone not have gotten flustered after being treated like that? You handled it well as anyone would. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Silly Rose, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. A thing that Natsuki said about, I would have never done anything so shameful.
So? What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for everyone. For more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, this is just about the time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly. Lily Rose, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more from the kinds of poems everyone likes. Any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Daily Rose! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Larry beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayuri and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri. About what happened earlier,
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
Ooh, you know, Deadly Rose, it's nice that I got to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too.
That's,
Every day is gonna be so much fun.
Dude, this area still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone was nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I pat Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.